Perfect, I hear it too. It's a great day. Hey, I got one doozy for you today. All right, so let's check it out. It will be right back with you.
Who is the enemy? Who is the enemy or was the enemy?
Well, there's a lot of enemies out there. I mean,
I'm talking specific to a Teamster president or member. Who's the enemy?
So when I was growing up, the enemy in 1980 was...
Where the fuck you get off talking to people about me behind my back going over my head? Dad, I'm bringing heat on you? I gotta listen to people because of your fucking shit?
The legislatures who introduced and passed bipartisan deregulation of the trucking industry.
That's the 400,000 jobs.
400,000 jobs, yeah. So that was the enemy back then. And it was funny. People weren't calling out politicians back then. You know, they weren't calling anybody out. It was like, these are the most powerful people. They get to do what they want.
A fair contract. They're not even negotiating with them. So this is an unfair labor practices, a ULP strike right now, and we're going to be out here for as long as it takes.
President or member, who's the enemy?
So when I was growing up, the enemy in 1980 was...
I didn't like him. I didn't like his attitude. He was a punk. I can break his fucking back, make him humble, and then fuck his ass.
400,000 jobs.
400,000 jobs, yeah. So that was the enemy back then. And it was funny. People weren't calling out politicians back then. Our process is, we're the most powerful people. We provide the goods and services. We keep America moving. And if I was able to roll this, I don't want to wish my life away, but had I been in a position I was now in 1980 when that happened, I would have been fighting and kicking and screaming in the streets.
The strike earlier this week because it says Amazon is refusing to negotiate at all with them. The workers say they want a fair contract that guarantees wages, health care benefits, and safety on the job. Also, they want Amazon to recognize their union and acknowledge that they are employees of Amazon. In SF this morning, one worker addressed customer concerns about package deliveries over the holidays.
You know what dog food tastes like, do you? It tastes just like it smells.
At Congress, at the Senate, I mean, they introduced this legislation. I mean, the Kennedys so prevalent in Massachusetts. Ted Kennedy introduced a bill, bipartisan bill. Joe Biden, was the senator, signed off on it. You know, and so that was, my opinion back then, that was the enemy. The enemy now is corporate America, and not all of them, but, you know, the corporations like Amazon. Amazon, for instance, I mean, they are despicable on what they do to working people. They're despicable how they treat their people. And, you know, that's probably the biggest enemy we have right now.
Teamsters made their first successful foray into unionizing Amazon in April, winning a contract for 84 workers in Southern California. Then, Amazon fired them all.
What the fuck? Which we fight with constantly, but, you know, we have a collective bargaining relationship. But there's 340,000 people that work at UPS that do the same job as all these people at Amazon. You start out part-time, then there's an opportunity to go to full-time. You're getting free health care because we negotiated, pensions. You're getting the opportunity to a career path. At Amazon, there's a 150% turnover ratio. So those 25,000 jobs aren't career jobs.
Are these W-2 jobs with Amazon or 1099
well,
jobs?
If you're part-time working inside the facility, you're a W-2.
Right.
But if you're outside delivering packages, you're a 1099 independent contractor. That's how they're hiding behind, you know, us going into organizing. But we've had some success organizing the third-party leasing arrangements, which are the independent contractor model, where Amazon will say, hey, we have nothing to do with the drivers, but, you know, they'll mandate that the contractors who hire these drivers wear the uniforms, buy the vehicles, follow the policies and procedures. So we got a very favorable decision recently in California that recognize that there is a direct relationship with
so
Amazon.
Yeah, boy!
Oh, absolutely. This is a nationwide and also a global situation. We've got our brothers and sisters in Germany that are also going to strike either today or tomorrow. So this is not just a United States issue. This is a global issue on how Amazon treats their workers.
So
is to not have our members take any money out of their pockets to invest in their retirement. Our goal is to work with the employer, negotiate a contract, and have the employer pay into that pension fund on behalf of the people that are making their company a success. And I'm a prime example. Okay, so I went to work as an apprentice, Teamsters Local 25 for a crane and rigging company. We had a pension and we had an annuity. Okay, and I never ever had to worry about taking 5, 6, 7% of my money out of my pocket to invest, because I knew that the union negotiated a pension and a annuity in that contract.
Why do you think 90% of people don't want union? For example,
Stop interrupting me.
On immigrant workers taking American jobs and working for less money. The 1099 issue came up. They're not getting benefits. They're not getting wages. You know, they're taking your job. So he focused a lot on that. And he focused a lot on just talking about himself. And, you know, I think at the time, the Democrats were so focused on the social justice platform that's where they lost a lot of our members, because a lot of our members were focused on inflation, focused on more money in their paychecks, focused on, you know, the issues that we weren't aligned with the social justice platforms that were out there. I mean, look, the reality of it is Teamsters has been around since 1903. We have negotiated the strongest contracts representing workers. We satisfy a lot of those social issues by having strong contracts, high middle class wages, and the ability to retire. So our members weren't like buying into that rhetoric. And, you know, I think people were sick of and Trump was saying a lot of the things that were resonating with our members. And that's why, you know, a lot of our members, when we polled them, 65% of them were liking what they were hearing. The majority of our members are probably still, you know, slightly blue.
Yeah.
And it depends where you live, right? You know, it depends. You know, you got the gun issue. You've got a lot of those issues that
That's a good point.
Our members identify with. So,
what are your biggest states? Biggest states and members?
Oh, we have California is probably our biggest state.
Number one?
Yeah, we have about 150,000 members there. New York, we have a high density. Chicago, all the big major cities. Members in Puerto Rico, Guam, and we have about 130,000 in Canada.
Leader, Teamster president, leader.
Yes.
What is the profile of somebody that becomes a Teamster leader? Is there a pattern? Because the Local 25 is a very well-known one. It's not like it's just a regular one, right? You've had, I think you replaced Hafa's look for. Is there an element of toughness, willing to fight for me? Is it, because there has to be a pattern, right? Where you know, when you look at somebody that becomes a point guard or a quarterback, or there's certain profiles that you look at. What is it for this position?
Well, the position it's simple. I mean, I held every single position in the union at Local 25. I started out as a shop steward, representing workers on the shop floor, making sure that the employer followed the contract, making sure our members followed the contract as well. And then I just rose up through the ranks. Was my passion to make sure that members were taken care of, my passion to make sure that they were represented in the workplace. And it's just, it was a progression. It's not something I just woke up one day and said, oh, I don't want to drive a tractor trailer anymore hauling heavy equipment. I want to be the Teamster president. It doesn't work that way.
And now's the Indian.
I'm not the game, but try to play me. I got my boots on that don't fade me. You'll be finding out quick, I got my country on. I ain't no prick, just a good old boy. I ain't no Johnny come late. Speed and energy, got my banjo playing safely. Y'all don't wanna mess with us. We big country like you'll never see. Leave you down by the creek, put out and make PB. Just some good old boys making noise, playing with our toys. Ooh-wee with mama's cooking.